If your period is late and you're Googling pregnancy tests, even though you know you're not pregnant, here is something I need you to know. Your period should come approximately 2 weeks after you ovulate. If that is not the case, then there are a number of reasons why ovulation might be postponed. The biggest factor is stress. And it doesn't matter what kind of stress you're experiencing, physical, mental, emotional. It can be keeping up with deadlines, moving cities, changing jobs, financial struggles, family issues, or simply having so damn high expectations of yourself that you cannot say no to taking on extra responsibilities. Stress is stress, and the body sees that as danger. In response to stress, your body releases the stress hormone cortisol, and cortisol influences the sex hormones LH and FSH, which are both necessary for a healthy ovulation. Even if you're coping fine, your body knows when you're running on adrenaline and cortisol. Chronic stress, so this is when we experience a whole lot of stress that is never managed. This can really impact ovulation, and it can delay it, which means that your period is going to come in late, or in some cases it can actually shut it off completely where we don't get a period at all. The second reason is undereating or overtraining, or usually a combination of both. Your menstrual cycle depends heavily on having energy available. When you're consistently eating too little or training too much without proper recovery or fueling that training, then your body senses that energy is scarce. In response, it will downregulate the non-essential functions such as our reproduction to conserve the scarce resources. And the issue here is that we may not notice that we are under eating and overtraining because you still might be experiencing period-like symptoms, bloating, irritability, increased hunger, but no actual ovulation takes place. This often leads to losing your period completely. So missing one period or one period being delayed is not a big issue, but when that happens 3-6 times in a row, then it can really impact your long-term health. The third reason is poor sleep. Your hormones operate on a rhythm. When we deprioritize sleep, then we mess with our circadian rhythm, which is our body's internal clock. When you have a balanced circadian rhythm, hormones spike and fall as they should. Cortisol spikes in the morning. This is our main stress hormone. It helps you get out of bed and feel alive. And then it gradually falls throughout the day as melatonin spikes in the evening. And this is a sleepy hormone that helps you wind down and fall asleep. Both cortisol and melatonin influence or reproductive hormones. If you go to bed late or you have an inconsistent sleep schedule where some mornings you wake up at 7 a.m., other mornings you then get up or wake up till 11 a.m., or when you're staring at screens late at night, your melatonin production drops. And that can throw off LH and FSH, which then can disrupt, delay, or completely shut off your ovulation. Even 1 week of poor sleep can shift your period a couple of days. And you might notice that when you're traveling or during the festive period when there's a lot of late nights. Your period then is either disrupted or comes late. And when you have chronic poor sleep, this can increase PMS symptoms, worsen cravings, and make your luteal phase feel like chaos. Fourth reason for delayed periods is weight fluctuations. When you lose weight too quickly, your leptin levels, which are your satiety hormones, drop. But what that indicates to your body is that you don't have enough available energy to sustain a potential pregnancy, so it will shut off ovulation, because the last thing your body would want is getting pregnant when you don't have enough resources. On the flip side, significant weight gain, especially around your midsection, can lead to estrogen dominance, which is a hormonal imbalance where you have too much estrogen in comparison to progesterone, which can throw your cycle timing off. And the fifth potential reason for delayed periods is coming off birth control. If you recently came off hormonal contraception, then your body might be in this transition period. The pill or the implant suppresses ovulation by providing you with synthetic hormones, so they override the natural menstrual cycle. It may have been months, if not years, of you taking this hormonal contraception, so when you come off it, your brain and ovaries need time to relearn how to communicate in order for your natural hormone production to kickstart again. This transition period can last anywhere from a few weeks up to a couple of months. Your body is essentially rebooting its natural hormonal rhythms, and that takes time, especially if you are somebody that had irregular periods before you went on the hormonal birth control. If your period has been delayed, then your goal is to focus on supporting ovulation through your diet and lifestyle, focusing on getting enough fuel, enough nutrients, proper sleep, and managing your training intensity alongside managing your stress levels. A once-off delay in your period is not a sign of concern, and it usually comes down to a major stressful event happening in your life. It can be even a positive. It can be moving countries or traveling, but being in a different environment can impact your hormone production. It's nothing to stress about, but something to keep an eye on. If that proceeds and you notice your period either being delayed or disappearing for 3 consecutive cycles in a row, then this is a very clear sign from your body that something is off internally and something to look into further. I hope this video helped you understand why your period may be delayed. So before panicking, look at the 5 factors on what might have happened to your ovulation. Has there been major stressors in your life? Have you been under eating and overtraining? Was your sleep recently disrupted? Have you lost or gained significant weight? Or have you recently came off hormonal birth control? That will give you a really clear picture of what is going on in your body.